I'd like you to welcome April Ross to the show.
Hi.
Hi, it's good to have you here. And I should point out, you brought a beautiful guest, Hershey.
Yes.
Kind of chilling right now, taking a break. Your service dog.
Yes, he's my service dog. Been my friend and hanging with me for the last 4 years now.
Good, strong partner to have. I want to talk about what happened to you here in Atlanta. You were a prominent attorney, you still are, but you were an attorney, you were married in a relationship. Let's talk about what happened.
Yes, I was married only for a few years, but the person I was married to, I dated for roughly a decade and a half. Since we were high school students, we started dating, and it was a relationship that you know, drove me down just a very difficult path. I fell in love early and hard, and just like in those early years when you start dating, everything feels so amazing. And so
right.
I didn't pay attention to things that started to make me uncomfortable within the first year of the relationship. And everything over time progressed and progressed.
What kinds of things progressed that you missed?
You know, sometimes when you're young and you're dating, you take certain things as signs of somebody's affection or romance, and in truth they're not. They're signs that someone doesn't respect your boundaries, or signs that someone has their own insecurities that they're projecting on you. He would stalk me. He would show up places. He would be riding in my car, you know, hiding in the back, and pop out, you know, to see where I was going. But I thought it was, you know, to surprise me and show that he wanted to be there, things like that. There were...
Is that how he couched it as well? Oh, I just wanted to check on you, babe. I just wanted to see how you're doing.
Yes, his jealousy was not in your face. It was subtle. But it was also signs that, you know, things like not respecting your boundaries, pushing you to do things that you're not comfortable with. One of the things that is an important warning sign and type of abuse that we don't like to talk about is the use of sexual violence and sexual manipulation. Things like that were prominent in the relationship from a very early age. And so, but again, in my mind, as a young person, as someone who felt like I was in love, I just wanted the relationship to work. I just wanted to be in the relationship.
Yeah, make sure he's happy. Let's talk about, too, this concept of the emotional and financial abuse. And some people don't really understand that. They think that abuse starts with physical contact.
Yes.
And so many times it starts far earlier than that, right?
Yes, same thing. Little signs when we would go out. I need to hold on to our spending money, honey, because you know, let me take care of it. I'm the man. I can make the decision. That eventually evolved into, you don't know how to manage money. You need to let me control the money. And so
I understand you had an allowance.
By the time we got married, he tried to put me on $100 a month allowance, even though I was earning...
A fully established attorney making a good living for yourself.
I was making... I wouldn't say I was the breadwinner. I would say to me, I thought we were equal partners. But the allowance issue became a very, very big kind of linchpin in our relationship.
And would challenge you about purchases.
Yes. When we moved into this new house, he says, "Oh, honey, whatever you want, I want you to furnish this house the way you want it to be." And so I started to do that. And then I wanted to purchase a couple of area rugs. I went on Groupon. If anybody knows Groupon, it is the discount of the discount.
You were a bargain shopper.
I was bargaining.
Right.
And I bought 2 area rugs. But when I picked them out and showed them to him, he said, "No." I said, "What do you mean, no?" He said, "No, you can't buy those. That's a frivolous purchase." I'm like, we have nothing but hardwood floor in the house. We need something to break it up. And so I decided, you know, I'll just spend it with my own money, my pocket money. So I bought the area rugs.
What happened after you bought it with your money?
After I bought the area rugs, it turned into an explosion. And it was something that it just became a constant source of his attacks about money. That and other things, you know, me trying to pay down debt. I got a credit card for zero balance and to transfer some of our debt, because you know, from a wedding ring to the... And
these are all things you had to explain to him.
Things that I was explaining.
That he was upset with.
Yes.
So I understand at some point you said, I'm going to file for divorce, and then that's when things truly exploded.
Yes. I felt like I was suffocating, and I also felt like maybe I would teach him a lesson by separating, moving out, letting him know, you might lose me. But when I moved out and I moved into my parents' house, I didn't know I wanted a divorce, but I felt like I could breathe, and I realized I couldn't go back.
What happened after you filed for divorce and after you settled the divorce?
Things got so tumultuous in those months leading up to me filing for divorce that I couldn't keep up with it. His emotional back and forth, the escalation was so extreme. One thing he used to always say to me during the marriage was that once we get married, that there's only one way out, and the only way out of marriage is in the grave.
We were just seeing, our viewers are seeing images of you and just a glimpse of the crime scene. This man ultimately shot you.
Yes. Yes. When I filed for the divorce and served him with the papers, he, within the next 24 hours, he ambushed me in my car and shot me multiple times.
And here you are today to share this story because you've been on a mission. You had a very long road to recovery. I personally remember the stories about you going back to work in your wheelchair, but you went back to work to applause. And you went back to work with a mission to help other victims of domestic violence.